Hi, my name is Jeff Hacker, and this is my leadership presentation. In this presentation, I'm going to identify what are some of my, personal leadership qualities, and I'm going to identify them and kind of explain why they're necessary for leaders. And the ones that I actually chose include integrity, communication, intelligence, confidence, decisiveness, collaboration, patience, and accountability. So this first one is integrity. And so a lot of times you hear integrity is explained as doing the right thing when nobody's watching. I want my team members to know that I am going to be honest with them all the time. I'm going to be transparent, even if it's stuff they don't want to hear. I'm always going to be honest with them so they can trust that I'm going to tell them the truth. Another important concept as far as being a good leader is communication skills. And so not only does that mean that you have to be able to be articulate, and speak clearly in a way that people can understand, but also being an active listener. And so making certain that you're getting feedback, what your team members need from you. Another thing that I think is important for a leader is intelligence. It doesn't mean necessarily that you're the smartest person in the world, but it can also be someone who draws a lot of knowledge from experiences that they have had and being able to incorporate those into problem solving for things in future problems in your organization. Confidence is important. You don't always know the right thing to do, but if you appear like you're panicked, that's not going to be very inspiring to your team members. And so you have to appear that you're in control all the time, even though it may be something new or something scary that you've never done. And so I feel confidence is an important thing that you need from your leader, that steady hand on the wheel. It's important that leaders are decisive. And so you have to make the tough decisions, and they're not always going to be the decisions that everybody's going to like. And in fact, most of the time, it's going to be about 50-50. About half of the people are going to be okay with the decisions. The other people aren't going to like them. And that's just something you have to accept as a leader, is that you're not always going to be able to please everybody all the time. Just as long as the decisions you're making, you can justify and demonstrate that they're the best decisions to be made for the advancement of the organization. As a leader, it's important to collaborate. No man is an island unto themselves. You need other people, other people's help. And so it's important to empower your team members to, give them tasks, things that they can do and accomplish to achieve your overall goals. And so it's important to involve and trust in the people you work with. Super important as a leader to be patient. Okay, part of doing things is that you make mistakes, and so you don't want your workers there being afraid to make mistakes. You want them to be able to go out there and try their best, try new things. And as long as you're there to support them, identify that, hey, mistakes can be made, but as long as we're learning from them and growing, that's an okay thing. Now, if you have people that are making the same mistakes over and over and over and never learning from them, then that's another conversation. But it's important, especially when people are trying new stuff, you have to be patient. And then finally, accountability. I think accountability is important because your teammates need to look up to you and know that, hey, if you screw up, you need to own up to it. Identify that, hey, yeah, I'm not infallible. I made mistakes, and that will encourage them to say, hey, if the leader can show that they're not perfect, that they make mistakes, they're more apt to embrace that and identify with themselves that I'm not perfect. I've made errors and I want to improve and grow from this. So I feel all 8 of these things are pretty important to be an effective leader.